How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for getting me to 100 subscribers on YouTube. This is my first, basically, YouTube milestone that I could basically say is a milestone. I guess 50 subs could, but not really. So, thank you guys for that. So, I have a huge special plan for this video. It's going to be kind of long, and it's going to be a lot of things in one. So, the very first thing I want to do, because I know a lot of people won't stick around for too much of the video, is announce a giveaway that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be a Cubicle gift card, $25. And the way that you're going to enter is you're going to subscribe to the channel if you're already, like the video, and comment your funniest cubing moment. And I will pick the one that I think is the funniest. So yeah, make sure to do all those things if you want to win a $25 Cubicle gift card. And next, I want to do a Q&A now. I announced a Q&A a couple videos back. So I'm going to just read the questions. So, let's start out. So, Buttery Cubes asks, what's my favorite cube and lube combo? So, I like the Max lubes, to be honest. But, I don't know. Maybe, I really like, when I put the Max Command in the Yoo-Hoo V2M, I really liked it. I don't know. I'll just pick that, because I don't know. Because the thing is that Cube Lube in Arizona, it doesn't work, or at least doesn't work very well, because it dries out really fast. At least mine has. I don't know if other people's does that, but my Cube Lube usually dries out really, really, really fast. So that's kind of a problem, but I'd say that, Yoo-Hoo V2M and Max Lubes. Let's see. What other things do I like to do other than cubing? That's Clip Champion asking that. Well, I like sort of like sports, but only really casually. I don't really do a lot of like sports teams. I mostly just like playing basketball, like in my backyard, or just running around, or sometimes I just like walk, although that's not really a sport, but yeah. Sometimes I like play catch with somebody, baseball, or sometimes I'll just play a little like football. So I kind of just like doing all sorts of sports, and I also like playing some video games. Not like super serious about it or anything, but I do like playing some occasionally. And Hexatic Petrus asks, how much of your time does doing YouTube take up? Well, I would say that, so basically I'm going to explain this later because I'm going to show you guys how I make my videos. I'm going to explain that later, but for just a regular YouTube video, I would say that I spend about an hour to maybe 2 hours writing like a rough script / notes thing during like the week and coming up with ideas and brainstorming and all that. And then Friday I'll film, that will probably be like 2 hours. And then Saturday I'll edit and upload, that will probably be 2 to 3 hours depending on how long I take. I definitely could go faster, but sometimes I just sort of just take breaks in the middle of filming. So that all adds up to about 7 hours a week. So that's not really too bad, honestly, for someone who only uploads once a week, basically. Okay, so Owen Morrison asks a bunch of questions. So, Owen asks, what is my favorite part about cubing? Well, I kind of like talking about cubing. That's what I basically do on my YouTube channel, is I just talk like about cubing. And then what is my favorite event? I'm assuming he means WCA event. I would probably say 3x3 or 3x3 one-handed. I used to be really into big cubes, not as much anymore. What advice would you give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? That is a good question. I would say, for someone who wants to start a new cubing YouTube channel, or just a YouTube channel in general, I know it sounds extremely cheesy, but be yourself. Like, don't try to, obviously, you can take inspiration from other people, because you should do that, but don't try to be something that you don't like, and always do what you want to do, or what you enjoy, and all that stuff. What do I enjoy besides cubing? I kind of already answered that. So, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I also like doing drums. I kind of sort of focus on sports and video games, but I'm really into like drumming and stuff. percussion. Do I like school? It's kind of complicated. I don't really dislike school. I mean, I do pretty well in school. But it's not like I'm super excited to go to school every day, you know? And do I have any siblings? Yes, I have one older sister. And what is my favorite cube that I own? I don't know, probably either the Guhong V4 or the RS3 on 2020. So, yeah. Last question, my Mr. McCubing. He says, what is my biggest U-cubing inspiration, or who is my biggest U-cubing inspiration? So that's kind of complicated because he says U-cubing, so I think he might be asking for like a U-cuber, not just a general YouTube. But for U-cubing, I guess just like cubers who are YouTubers, I don't really have any specific one. I kind of sort of took a little bit of inspiration from almost like old school cubing YouTubers, if that makes any sense. In like old school cubing in general. Because like basically back then, early when YouTube was not like huge, people didn't really care too much about views and subscribers and all those things. And people just did what they wanted to do. And obviously there was a lot of people who put a lot of effort into it, but like there was more of an opportunity to be yourself than I feel like is encouraged nowadays with YouTube. So that's kind of cubing side, but from other like YouTube, like I watched some like video game YouTubers and stuff, and there's a few that were really big inspirations on me when I was starting my YouTube channel because I just really enjoy them. Probably the biggest one is Scott the Woz. His videos are really funny, and if you watch them, you'll immediately see some similarities to me. I'm kind of like a worse version of him, basically. So yeah. So thank you guys for sending in your questions. It was very interesting to look at them and answer them and all that. And you got to see a side of my personality, which you don't really see a lot, which is not really having script or notes to go off of, just answering the questions. So now to what I like to say is the special part of the video, and that is showing you how I make my videos, going over the things I use, how I edit, all those things. So first, let's just look at my room. So this is my bed. I have a 10 by 10 on it right now. This is what you see in the videos. I'm sitting in this chair at my desk. I have some cubes, have the box I made, pencils in it, some other things, a light, that, trash can, and then some stuff on the floor, a backpack, a Lego crane, closet. Here's a tripod. I'm gonna go over that kind of stuff later. Here's a bookshelf. So yeah, this is basically my room, and it's where I do my videos. And then this is like a bunch of cubing stuff in these drawers. This has cube boxes. This is cubes that I don't use, or don't display anyway. And then this is like some stuff that's like cube related and cube pamphlets. Actually, I should show you this because this is pretty cool. So I drew this a long time ago because it's still the cubicle.us instead of the cubicle.com. And I'm not that good at drawing, but apparently I did a good job on this, or decent anyway. And I like sort of copied the Cubicle's business card and wrote all this stuff down. Cube with us. And I have like this cubing stuff in here, like random albums and things. Yeah. So that's basically my room. So for gear, it's about as basic as it can get. I have a tripod. I think this is like Amazon brand that I use, and it works pretty well. And it can like extend. I have it extended for my videos, and I usually put it like right about there so it's facing this. So it works pretty well. I did have to buy this little adapter thing on the top so I could fit my phone in there because it's meant for like cameras, not phones. And speaking of that, that is what I use for a phone, is this iPhone 8. It works pretty well. It can record regular, 1080p, 60 FPS, all the regular stuff that you would want. And right now I'm actually recording on a different phone because obviously it's right here, so I can't really do that. So yeah, that is basically the stuff I used the technical side to film my videos. It's pretty basic, honestly. So now on to how I make my videos in terms of the creative process. I'll usually come up with something for an idea around like Monday or Sunday of the week, and then I'll spend the rest of the week until Friday brainstorming and writing down notes and stuff. Now, the way I usually do this is I write a rough script. So it's not quite unscripted videos, and it's not quite a full script where I'm like reading it off. So basically what I do is I'll write down the important parts of the video. I'll write down what I want to say, basically just like basic sentences of, okay, I'm going to say this and this and this and this. I'm going to make these points. And you also write down jokes because I forget them very easily. Now, obviously, I incorporate humor into the beginning and the end of the video basically all the time. And there's often a few punchlines in the middle as well. So I make sure to not forget those, and I write them down so that I don't forget them. And I feel like this is the best way for me because it allows me to, still sound natural and paraphrase if I want and not do like a bajillion takes. But it also puts a sense of structure into the video so it's not like an unscripted, completely off the book video. So now onto filming. Filming for me is pretty straightforward. So I'll set up my tripod like this sort of up against the bed, and then I'll take off the case off my phone because it's too big to fit in this adapter, I think. So I have to take the case off to make it fit properly, at least well. And then I'll film, I'll start it, and then I have the chair set up, turned it around, because normally it would be in there, but like I turned it around, and then I'll just sit down in the chair and talk and do whatever, say whatever I need to say. And I usually do as many takes as I need to get it right, or at least close to right, because I don't want something that's constantly making mistakes and stumbling over my words constantly in a regular video. In a video like this that's more of a vlog, I don't really mind. And if there's a part where I'm going to use the carpet as a background instead of talking up there, which I did a decent amount in my first two videos, I don't really do it as much anymore, but I'll set up my tripod like this, make it shorter, put the thing down, and tilt it like that, and just find a spot on the carpet that works well, like something, it just basically any spot works, but just doesn't have like a lot of stuff on the floor that I have to clean up or anything. So I'll do that, and once I'm done, I'll just move it back to the regular position, and I'll just keep repeating the process until I'm done with the video, or in terms of filming. Now, one tip I have is sometimes I'll just be in a rut. I'll be constantly messing up whatever I'm supposed to say, and I'll just be like tired or whatever. My advice is to just take a break for a little bit, especially if you have all day like I do. I basically have all day, or at least all afternoon on Fridays to do filming. So if you can, take a break for a few minutes, just like drink water, do whatever, and come back and you should be ready to do it again. So that was filming, so let's move on to editing. I usually edit my videos the day after I film them. I don't do it all in one because that would just be a bit exhausting for me. So the first thing that I do is I plug in my phone and upload the videos and stuff to the computer. This is fairly easy and doesn't take very long at all. The next step is to open my editor, which I use iMovie for editing videos. It is a very basic program, but you can do a lot of things with it if you just know how to do them. And it works perfectly fine for what I do on my channel. So I have iMovie opened up over here, so I'll take any of these videos that I want that are the ones that I'm going to be using in the video, the clips that I'm going to be using. I'll drag them down like this. I'll just drag them in. Sometimes iMovie can be a little bit on the slow side, but yeah. Anyway. So yeah, so I can like drag whatever videos or pictures or whatever I want. So since I don't have a microphone, which I should probably get sometime soon, I usually raise the volume on my videos as much as I can before it gets like impossible to raise it or like gets distorted or whatever. That's usually like 400% or something like that, so that it's a nice volume, but it doesn't like distort it or not be able to raise it anymore.
And sometimes with the ones that are like pictures of the carpet, it picks up the audio better, so I don't have to raise it as much, so it'll be more like 250% raised. And then, for example, in this, for the cube boxes video, I was talking about the Rubik's brand boxes, and I had a voiceover that I did, so I would click this mic over here, and it would let me record a voiceover. So I basically just trim stuff as necessary, so you don't see me getting out of my chair. I do all those things, put the pictures in the videos. The pictures are usually from the internet. I usually get them from the cubicle because that's basically the best place to get these pictures without like having any weird stuff going on. So that's basically all I do for editing. It's not really that advanced. Although sometimes I do have to put like text on the screen or something. For that, I don't use iMovie itself because it'll add some weird transition or something. I use Pixlr, which you're going to see later for the thumbnails. I use it to like put text or thumbnails or pictures or whatever and edit it around, and then you can sort of put it on top of the videos and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty basic. I don't really do too much fancy stuff with my editing. And then the last part, the outro music or funny song or whatever. So I have this screen that I made in Pixlr. It's extremely basic, but I have it. It says thanks for watching at the very top, so I can put YouTube card things right there. And then down below where the music goes, I have the clipped part of the funny song. It's only 10 seconds, but the actual song is like 3 minutes long. And it's pretty repetitive. But I basically took like sort of almost the beginning, but not quite the beginning. So you can hear that. There you go. So that is basically how I edit my videos in terms of like editing and stuff. And then once I'm done, I'll go to projects, I'll go back, and then I'll export it by clicking this, and then you can share, and then click file, and then sometimes it can take a little bit to export, but I usually just go do something else while I'm doing that, so it's not really a big deal. Real quick interruption. So for some reason, some of these screen capture clips that I recorded, the very beginning of them got cut out. So in the next few clips, you might hear this me talking in a voiceover over this screen. That basically means that the beginning got cut out where I was saying, so this is this. So let's just say what I was supposed to say that got cut out. So that was the editing portion of the videos. Now let's move on to thumbnail making and publishing on YouTube. First thing I like to do is actually just upload the video to YouTube. So I'll click create and upload videos, and let's just, I don't know what we're going to upload. We can do this. So this is just like some random average of 5. So I'll upload it and I'll title it and I'll say how videos example. So I'll just title it and put the description. Usually I just have some sort of line, and then I have the same thing that says like thanks for watching, and then it says use my discount code at the cubicle and where the music is from and all that stuff. And then I'll put it in the episodes playlist because it's an episode. So basically things that aren't episodes is that one video that I made about like thank you method, and then the announcement of the podcast, but anything that's like a normal Nathan video is an episode, so I put that in episodes. And the reason I do this before thumbnails is because for me it takes a while for videos to upload, so it gives me plenty of time to upload or create a thumbnail and like edit it on Pixlr and everything. And also, no, it's not made for kids because my videos are not really made for kids. So that gives it plenty of time to upload and process while I'm making my thumbnails and stuff. So that is basically the way I've started doing it. I didn't used to do it that way before, but I think it's better this way. So now on to thumbnail making and that kind of thing. So the first thing I'll do is obviously go take the picture for my thumbnail if the picture of me is going to be the background, which it has been in the more recent videos. I didn't really do that too much in like the earlier videos, but now I do it where I have the picture of me in the background and then text and pictures on top of that. So that's pretty straightforward. That's not why I'm not really showing you that. It's basically I put it in the same position, the tripod and the camera in the same position as I would for filming a video, and I put on a photo for a 10-second timer so that I can get in position and get whatever pose I want to do, which I usually think of on the spot, or not on the spot, but like just a few minutes before I start doing the thumbnail. I'm like, okay, I want it to look this way, I want to be in this position. It's usually pretty basic. So I do as many takes as I need to make it not look weird, and then I'll upload it to the computer and then drag it into Pixlr.com. I use the Pixlr E editor. It works pretty well for what I need to do. It's free, so I definitely recommend using this one, and it's online. You don't have to download anything. So then I'll basically put the picture in as like a separate layer or whatever. I think, I don't know, maybe it's not a separate layer, but it's like an image, and I'll resize it to whatever it needs to be so that it's not like off the screen. And then I'll start adding the text. Usually I add the text first, such as this that says a video about, so I can edit it and say, I don't know, example. So I use a variety of fonts, but the one that I use a lot is called Daddy Day. Don't ask me why it's called that, but I like the way it looks. It looks nice. So I use that, and then I'll size it to whatever I want, you know. I can like make it big, make it small, all that stuff. And then I can add an outline or not add an outline and make the outline look big or small or whatever. And also change the color to whatever I want. I've been doing black and white recently for these texts because it looks pretty nice when I do it like that. And I'll change the thickness of that so it looks better. And then I have the other one that says cue boxes. Then I'll add any other like pictures or small pieces of text that I need to put on here. For this example where I had pictures of the cue boxes, I needed to remove the background from these pictures. So I go to remove.bg and then just drag a picture from the desktop onto here, and it'll automatically remove the background. Remove.bg has worked pretty well for me, and there's only been like a couple instances where it doesn't really do what I want it to do, but yeah, it basically works pretty well, and then I'll just put those things in there, and that's basically the thumbnail. I'm not really the best at making thumbnails, but this works pretty well for me. So after I've finished with the thumbnail, I'll export it onto the desktop and then import it into YouTube so I can add the thumbnail. So let's just take this random picture and use that for the example. So we'll have it there. And then if it's already finished processing and uploading, then I'll just do a final check, make sure everything's good, and then upload it. So that is how I make my videos.
Thank you guys for watching, and again, thank you for getting me to 100 subscribers. This was definitely a bit of a different video, and if you're new here, I just want you to know that most of the videos on my channel are not like this. They're actually, you know, organized and scripted. They're not rambles or vlogs or anything like that. So, thank you for watching again, and remember the giveaway to thecubicle.com $25 gift card. What you need to do is subscribe to the channel if you're not already, like the video, and comment your funniest cubing moment. And I'll have that in a pinned comment as well, so if you forget for some reason. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.